Alright, right now I just have been playing this new 007 First Light game for a couple of days, and I want to try something new just because once I played a game fully and kind of just do my own review or long rant about it, I feel like there's a lot that I just think of the game as a whole that I think might get too much into like spoilers and kind of ruins like the point of stuff. I personally don't like seeing like long trailers that give too much away for any one game. So what I want to do with this is maybe I'll do two videos, one that shows kind of like a preview of what I initially think of a game, whether it's worth buying, maybe renting, using Game Pass. I personally use GameFly for this, um, and just kind of give a thought on, does it make sense to get? Should you wait for a sell? And then once I do my final review, I'll do a second video, and hopefully that how I initially thought of this game might change or might be improved, but we'll see. So far I've been playing this for, I want to say, at least 4 hours total. I'm pretty slow because I'll get into this a little bit later, but I really like exploring all the options that a game has to offer. Usually I like exploring corners, seeing there's different ways to do things, and I have never played the Hitman series, so this might be, for those of you guys who have, it might make more sense to give this a shot if you like that series already. For me, this is the first time I'm playing a game like this where you can have disguises, you're a spy, and I find it really fun. The only other 007 game I played before this was the one for Nintendo 64, so this has been a huge jump in just everything. Graphics, sound, gameplay, you name it. So I just want to go briefly, maybe I'll make this like a 5-minute video, but I want to show one of the first levels where you actually get to start doing spy stuff. If you guys don't care for at least a bit of spoilers, for at least the first few hours of the game, it's very slow. This is obviously very much an origin story for James Bond. So the first mission, and I think it's okay when games do this, you're just trying to discover like, how does your character move? What are the options? How do you vault over things, climb over, hang on stuff? So it actually wasn't too bad. I didn't mind the first tutorial mission, which just had you play as James Bond when he's a air crewman, I think they called him, doing like a first rescue operation. Right after he gets that and he gets basically recruited into a program, there's a bit of a montage where he's like training to become a spy and understand what it's like to be a spy. And there's a few characters that, and that's one thing I do like about this game. I figured that as James Bond, you would just kind of be on your own, really solitary. At least from the movies I've watched, he doesn't really get much interaction with all the other members of MI6. But with this, it feels very much like, oh, there's other people that you can talk to. You meet some, I don't think it's so much spoilers because of the beginning, but you meet other people who are being recruited into the program that James Bond is joining. And they start off very one-note, like, hey, I come from money, or hey, you didn't earn it like we did. We shouldn't even talk to you. You better do the right thing or whatever. So they start off very weird, but then the characters that you get introduced to at the beginning of the game, they slowly develop more, especially like where I'm at now. They're way more likable. So if anything, the one person I started to think wasn't that interesting was James Bond himself. Um, but whatever, he is fun to play as, and I actually like some of the cheeky dialogue that occurs. So, all right, I just want to show you a little bit of it as I explore what kind of you get used to, and hopefully this I have this turned around because epilepsy warning for those of you guys that don't like flashing lights at this level. Lots of flashing lights. So our mission is we have to find someone, and I have to go to the bar. So ignore this goofy dancing. Hopefully the lights aren't bothering you. But one thing I really like about this game is that there's a lot of talking, the characters are all over the place, and there's just a lot of dialogue. And you'll see a little bit like here. This guy's dancing goofy, and I was told to find someone in red, as you can see in the top left corner. That's my objective. So I'm gonna come over to her, and this starts.
The epithelium oxypetalum blossoms at night.
There are a lot of cutscenes in this game.
That's an interesting pickup line.
This kind of reminds me of the Matrix
Or
scene.
you were someone else.
The girl in the
How
red
can you be
dress.
so sure I'm not the one you want, yeah? We only just met.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Leaving? Excuse me. Hey, I'm not finished with you.
Leave it, Gav! Hey there.
I think that's
Come on, let's go
kind of
drink.
funny. She was the one that wanted to talk to him. Very weird. So then you find out, okay, that's not the right red contact that you need to find, so there's someone else wearing red. So it's this guy. You say the same line, ends up working,
Only blossoms at night.
and
And only for a single. What have you got for me? There's a package for you in the Jets. Watch it in private.
so that's one thing I've liked about this game so far from the missions that I've gotten is that you start off with like a very simple objective, like get to X spot or talk to X Y person, and it kind of just expands from there. So
Gentlemen, how quaint.
you're kind of told, okay, now I need to go to the bathroom. So maybe this won't be 5 minutes because I was hoping to do it much faster. So I'm gonna keep walking. There's like different people you can interact with, which is like
Point me to the Jets, please.
find kind of interesting.
There by the entrance.
That I like because it makes the characters feel like they're in a lived-in world versus just like all these NPCs that are just there for flourish. So I'm walking, but like there's this girl that
The two guys.
she's one of the people on your team, but we'll ignore her for now. So I'm in the bathroom. What's that? Like fell down? Whatever. So you end up finding. I mean, there's other ways to find this. I kind of already know where to go. There's other clues that point you to where you're supposed to be.
MI6 has identified a leak from the Trade Ministry. We've narrowed our suspects to 3 secretaries. Rick Bolton.
So now, like this simple thing that's sort of like, oh, you're in a club having fun. Now find this one contact. Now you're being told like, hey, now there's 3 contacts that you need to find.
Bond, you'll be teaming up with Nash and Singh to focus on Pike. Keep this device on you and get up close. It will enable Singh to access Pike's phone. Best of luck, Bond.
Sorry, just letting them speak so you can kind of get with the point.
We're on Pike. Already looking for them. Let's do this.
And it's kind of fun because it's like there's a lot of communications happening. Like he's not doing anything soul. I like that this gate came back. And oh yeah, one thing that's into this show is that there's a lot of hand-to-hand combat in this game. I'm so used to thinking of James Bond as someone that shoots first, and so it's very interesting that this is what's happening. I feel like the combat is okay. It could be a little better, I think, but it feels punchy and I don't know. It's kind of cool. You can tackle, you can grab, you can slam against things. It's probably the one thing I've liked so far, especially now that I'm further in the game when there's more chances to fight a little bit. You can like grab someone, ram them across like this thing, and then slam them into a bunch of bottles of wine. It's pretty interesting. Like it feels. I mean, it's not what I expected because I just keep thinking of James Bond as a shooter, especially with the other games I played. So seeing this being more just like, hey, we need a punch, and you're not really allowed to shoot, it's, at least in the missions that I've been on. I think I'm just about to get to do that, but most of it has been like, hey, punch, try to like sneak around. And I've enjoyed it more for that sake, especially some of the missions where it's almost like you're basically playing as Snake for a Metal Gear Solid. You're not really trying to just barge in, guns a-blazing like it's Call of Duty. It's more subtle, more disguises. I guess akin to Hitman if you've played those games. But at least for me, this first mission was kind of like a good introduction just to what to expect. And as you're seeing here, there's a lot of cutscenes. Like you're playing, something gets cut. So I'm actually surprised this got the score that it did, just because I thought people would be upset with the fact that things aren't getting interrupted. And as you can see on the top left, as the mission progresses and you're doing different things, you actually get options for how to tackle any one issue. So like right now I need to get upstairs, so there's a staff only way to get through it. But there's other things that open up throughout the game that you can either eavesdrop on conversations or find different options that can get the same intended result. And that's one thing I think is really cool about this game is that even for this, like I'm showing you a like previous chapter's gameplay, and I can actually still keep my own version, even though it's like really weird with how you do manual saves. But my current version I'm playing is a little bit further ahead of this. But when I show you this and I pick a different chapter in the past, it lets me save to a new save file. So you can keep doing that I guess as you get further in the game, you want to replace certain sections. You can even replace certain sections in like checkpoints. Like I can play, like what you're seeing right now, I could have chosen this to be the starting point, but I chose to just do it at the beginning of the level, just from the beginning. So for people who want to replay and just thought, hey, as I was playing this game, I could have taken the option, but I didn't. It's a nice way to go, like, what would it have been like to go back? So far, I've been enjoying it. I think the game's pretty fun. Here, like, you're seeing kind of the objectives and showing you like, different ways to get to the same thing. Like right here, it's a good example. So either you have to get upstairs lounge. There's either a way through behind the bar or through the balcony. And I couldn't do both. Like, you have to just pick one way. And for me, like, my head, I just want to know what the other way looks like. Is it also less fun? And it's just still supposed to be more of an introductory level anyways. Just with what it comes to, like, how you get to explore as James Bond and how do you do your objectives. To kind of give it a rating on whether you should buy or wait for it to sell, I guess it depends. Like, if you really like these types of game, if you're a Hitman fan already, you probably might know better than me, but I would think it's a buy. For anyone else that you're still kind of thinking what to do, I would say rent it. I currently have this on GameFly. I know that people who have Game Pass could probably play this on Game Pass. I would say do that first before you kind of commit to something. So far, it's pretty fun. I don't think the deluxe option is worth it. There's just skins for some of the items you have, and it's not worth it, I don't think. But besides that, it's been getting better. A lot of my complaints with it being a little slow, which I think is fine. Games are allowed to be slow just to explain certain things. It's improved. The characters have improved. The relationship between the characters have improved. I think the only weak character so far is James Bond. Like, I feel like there's a lot of like, hey, he's trying to be like a womanizer. They show how he's supposed to have charm and flirt and how he's like a rebel. It feels strange. Like, it doesn't make his character feel fully fleshed out. It almost feels like a caricature of what you've seen in movies. So that part I don't like. I kind of wish they had their own take on him, but maybe he gets better later. Just because he is prone to wanting to do the right thing, even though he doesn't always show it the best way. But yeah, so far that's what my thoughts on the game are. I feel like it's gonna get better. It's so far, what have I seen online is like 9s out of 10s, 8s out of 10. So I'm assuming if I keep playing, I'm gonna see why people have enjoyed it so far. And for you guys, hopefully you saw a little of what makes this kind of interesting. But yeah, I kind of want to show this first level and just to kind of show like this is exactly what you get to expect. There's a lot of talking, so you have to be fine with that. I don't mind. I like cutscenes. I like seeing the voice acting, and it's nice that there are so many options to what you're doing. And for a game that I thought would be very like shooter based, very like, hey, it's nice to see that's like, no, let's kind of be sneaky. Let's find ways to do things without having to resort to lethal force or even just punching and kicking, which if you mess up any sneaking options, you're gonna end up fighting a lot, which if you like it, that's all well and good. But for me, I really enjoyed playing this game. Like, I'm basically Solid Snake. So thanks for watching, and once I finish this game, I will do a full review, hopefully not too long, and sorry about the 5-minute promise. I thought it would be shorter. Thanks for watching. See ya.